I am kind of the opinion that that fast will go away as a buzzwordy thing, but it will remain. It's kind of just going to become an endemic part of the way that we stream video. So I don't think that the thing that fast actually is, like the thing that we talk about when we talk about fast, I don't think that will go away exactly. Maybe it'll become less of the main thing that everyone's talking about, but I don't think that it as a model will go away. It'll just kind of get absorbed into just one of the other ways that we stream video and that we monetize video. I think it's always going in the way of targeting. I think that interactivity is something that always gets talked about, but never quite manifests in the way that people would like it to. So I think that most of the innovation is kind of on the targeting side. Just the problem of ad-supported services in general is that people don't really like to watch ads. So you're just trying to create the least offensive experience possible. So if you are able to show consumers, let's say, not the same ad that they don't want 3 times in a row, like that kind of thing, just getting smarter about what ads you're serving, I think that's where this is going. And I don't know like when we're going to get to like peak user experience when we actually hit some sort of equilibrium, because I think at the heart of it, people never really like ads. But I think trying to get to some sort of point with that where it's all the nicest experience possible while still being ad supported, I think that's the trend. We've been looking into this. This is something that we've been talking about, that we've been kicking around as an idea, because we do have the tech to support building this kind of thing. So on the recommendation side, for sure. So I think what is interesting is figuring out a way to do it where you're not, where you're not, let's say, overloading servers. So is there a way to make it so that you have curated channels that are, let's say you've got 1 million users, and then of your 1 million users, you can make it so that you have, I don't know, maybe 100 to 1,000 individual streams. Well, that's still quite a lot less than 1 million, but you can make it so that that seems personalized, or you could just do directly personalized. It's sort of the question that we're working on right now, but there's probably a nice middle ground in there where you can have something that really feels like a completely personalized fast channel, but is not necessarily.
If you're watching serialized content that's meant to be consumed one after the other, there's no benefit in skipping around. Now, maybe you could watch like a sci-fi channel, and then it shows you an episode of like Star Trek, and then it shows you an episode of like The Expanse, and then it shows you an episode of some other channel, but I don't know that that's how I want to consume my media. I don't know that that's how anyone wants to consume their media necessarily. I think personalization kind of wants that shorter form content.
I think that gets into the kind of gray area between why not then just go to an AVOD experience where you can just do continue watching.
Right.
Which like has been around forever.
That's kind of my take on it, right?
Fair enough. Yeah, and maybe it's just that exists outside of the use case. I think that users are more tolerant of ads on a fast channel versus an AVOD. It feels more like TV, whereas with AVOD, it's like, oh, we're interrupting this thing that you were doing, whereas you get the feeling that it's more the familiar TV model. Now, I don't know how that scales to young viewers that aren't used to TV. Like I grew up in the 90s, and I know what TV is and where ads go in TV shows, but I know from talking to people with kids, and it's just they are confused when they see ads sometimes because their parents have all these SVODs or whatever. And so when they see ads, it's like, what is this? I'm confused and upset. My feeling of it is that, yeah, people are more comfortable seeing ads in a linear sense than asset with ads between them.
Find out more at 24i.com.